Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Thursday, May the 19th, 2021. Today we're pulling from Throne Thursday. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards. So going along with what's going on in the air with Mercury retrograde, and I feel like this energy of impulsive negative energy, we have the devil here. So we have a negative thoughts, negative situations, things that keep us hostage. You see the chains. So, they were talking about the chains of addiction. They were talking about a particular person that is an alcoholic, and it's beyond a point of that they can fix this themselves. I feel like they've been able to go cold turkey before, but it looks like now you're only to be able to be sober for 3 hours. You drink so much that your body just exudes it. Like, you're talking and you could smell it on your breath. Like, you're just like in a belligerent state. And I feel like it doesn't only affect yourself, but it affects others with the Three of Swords here. I feel like once you admit to yourself that you have a problem, that is the beginning. And the Fool card is here, saying only when you see the light of the situation will this new beginning start. This healing process will start. I feel like with the Hermit, I feel like it should be in a positive and a negative situation. More negative, where the fact is like you're not seeing the light of the situation. You're not seeing how your actions are affecting others. And I feel like, with this, I put it sideways because I feel like it go both ways. I feel like the Hermit of isolation in a depressive way. You isolate yourself from everyone else because you're in this state, because you rather be in this state. So I feel like you've held yourself hostage in this kind of situation, and this is where the devil with the chains here is holding you hostage. And until you sit there and break these chains of addiction, will you be able to see the light? I feel like order and structure needs to come back into the home. I feel like it's just like easy peasy lemon squeezy in a negative way. Everybody gets to do what they want. Everybody's running around crazy, whatever. It's just like you don't want to deal. And it's like, well, we have to deal. You know what I mean? We can't just sit there and ignore the situation. But I feel like you're so consumed in your ways. It's just like, oh, who cares? It doesn't affect me. It's not in front of me. You're in a drunken state where it's just like, it's not in front of me. It's not before me. It doesn't affect me. So who cares? You're in a selfish state. Instead of dealing with the situation like you should be, you're not. So temptation, addiction, power, anger, lust, excess, materialism. The devil reveals an argument, moral obligation, a relationship that restricts you. The card also stands for materialism and ego, so it can mean feeling enslaved by work or debt, or negative people draining your energy or bank account. It also the card of addiction, substance, sex, illicit affairs, or a partner of victimization. Whatever gives your shortcomings refuge or pleasure, but is ultimately damaging. You can, however, free yourself from this situation. A binding contract. Excuse me. I feel like it's in your hands. You are the only one that can set yourself free now. It's up to you to make that decision. So this is where we go to the Three of Swords. Not only is it affecting you, it's affecting everybody in your environment. Pain, suffering, sorrow, betrayal. The swords, you may see a painful truth. And that's the thing. With myself, the hardest thing was seeing a painful truth about something. Especially when, suffering hearts symbolize the impact of a real revelation. Sorrow, betrayal, heartbreak, the card's meaning. You may see a painful truth. It's a painful truth of friendships, painful truth of family. Oh, we're blood, we're bound to each other. You know what? Keep that bull crap to yourself. Just because we were born into this family does not mean that it binds me to the death do me part. Sorry. You're doing me wrong, go do wrong somewhere else. Doesn't mean nothing. But you will know exactly where you stand from now on. And exactly, that's the thing. For me, it was just like that kind of real, when Oprah said, she sat there and, she did everything she could to kill off a baby she was pregnant with. It was a boy. She killed it off and everyone's like, oh, she should be sad and all this. And she's like, I had no connection with it. So why would I feel sad? She didn't feel anything. She was numb to the situation, And she said, I can relate to parents where they sit there and they're saying they have no connection with the child. She's like, I can relate because I was there. And I'm just like, I can't really because, that would kill me if my child sat there and said, Mom, I have no connection to you. That would kill me. I do everything I can for my children, and not in a spoiled way, in a way where it's like try to be their therapist in a way that's like listening to them and hearing them and letting them talk about their feelings and, you know, relating to them because I've been in this situation, you know what I mean? So, being there for them. You know what I mean? That's what I mean, like try to give them everything that they need. It's not talking about a material aspect of things. A lot of children will sit there, they rather would have had their parents there rather than material things. I rather would have had that time, So I feel like in that way, you know? But I feel like someone is crossed the boundaries, and that's the only time it's like, oh, family, oh, this, oh, that, because it's like they want something and they know they cannot manipulate you anymore. It's a manipulation. Once you realize what the situation is, it won't bother you no more because it's painful. Yes, it's painful to hear those things, but it's just like, now let's move forward. And an additional meaning is instant stress and the need to strike at the heart of a problem. We definitely have those situations that come at us, and I definitely feel like we're going to the hermit with this depression. I definitely feel like this is where we're talking about that, the depression, the isolation. So I feel like here, when we admit there's a problem here, this is when the healing can begin. This new beginning can come. You're seeing the light of the situation. We have no idea what's going to happen. Anytime we get to a new journey, it's the Fool. We're excited. We're nervous. We don't know what's going to happen. But you know what? It's like we're eager to see where this goes. Risk, innocence, opportunity, beginnings, youth, inspiration, and entrepreneurs or whatever. An adventure, opportunity, new phase, or perspective beckons. A new perspective beckons. Here we go with the Three of Swords. So sometimes we long to be loved by someone in our life, and it's like they just don't want to. And it's like, that is on you. You know what? Sit there and realize they're not going to love you. So you remove yourself from it. Watch when you remove yourself how things change. Oh, they don't care no more. Yeah. You don't care? Why should I? Don't care anymore. Honestly. We're in each other's lives, that's all it is. You're there, I'm here. We come across each other's paths once in a while, that's it. Besides that, it's emptiness, empty words. There's an air of spontaneity, optimism, and you follow your dreams in the spirit of freedom. Take a breath before you begin and calculate the risk before you take the leap of faith. Independence, a student, a young person leaving home. I feel like in this addictive state, it's like the risk is worth the reward. You know what I mean? I feel like, sometimes it's hard they're saying stand alone. So maybe you're in a toxic relationship and maybe the person is the alcoholic and it's like, you know what? Don't be afraid to stand alone. It's the best thing you could do for yourself. The best thing you could do I feel like in this state for your children. It's like, you got to put them first. You know what I mean? You got to put your well-being first. We got to make you right first. You got to be able to sit there and parent, Our kids are still growing. Even when we're adults, we still need our parents. You know what I mean? Because they've lived those situations. They've lived those experiences. You know what I mean? You're always going to need your parents. You know what I mean? If you have that kind of relationship, God bless you. Absolutely. You know what I mean? If you don't, then the universe will guide you. You know what I mean? Your ancestors will guide you. Those people will guide you. They'll never let you down. We just have to listen. What was Spirit talking about this whole time? Listen. If you would listen, they would talk. They would speak. We have to listen. We have to quiet our mind, quiet our environment, be open to receiving. Our dreams are potent. So what are they trying to tell us? The verse can reveal isolation, a time of solitude that is unwelcome or unexpected. Support is still available to you. Welcome the opportunity to reflect. Then approach those who can help you move forward. So a time you don't want this isolation, but maybe the isolation is necessary. For me, me and Shay's relationship, it's been, in a point where it's like I was always taking care of the kids, and even someone in the family even said it's like you're a single mom. But the thing is, I know at the end of the day he was coming home. at the end of the day, the kids were playing video games with their dad. Once he woofs out and had dinner and changed out of his clothes and everything like that, it's like they would sit there, they would play video games, watch a movie, whatever it was, and they would have their time together. You know what I mean? I knew that. Even though it was me most of the time with the kids. But it's like I knew I could count on him. I knew, you know what I mean? So it's different in that way. You know what I mean? I could go to the store early in the morning and I knew like they're all sleeping, they're all good. I didn't have to worry about nothing by the time I got home, unpacked the groceries. Everybody's like just waking up, make coffees on, everything like that. You know what I mean? It's nice like to come home to that. It's nice to come home and they're saying belonging. Okay. It's nice to have that, unit. You know what I mean? So, even though I'm in this situation now, it's still like I was working late yesterday and it was just like, it would be nice, like, I'm working late if someone could have cooked dinner. You know what I mean? Instead of me having to do it afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's just like in those little perspectives, like, you know what I mean? So I understand where it's like maybe if the situation isn't the best, maybe it's like we tolerate certain things because it's better than being single, but if it's at a cost of yourself and your children and their peace, I feel like that's an issue. You know what I mean? Happiness, unity, freedom is a huge thing for me. Don't try to put me in a circle peg. I'm a square peg. Don't try to put me in a circle hole. It ain't gonna happen. This is who I am. Accept me as who I am, or look for someone else to fit into your mold, because it ain't me. You know what I mean? I am who I am. I'm independent. I'm a strong person. I can do a lot of things for myself. But at the end of the day, it's nice to have someone to hold hands with. It's nice to someone to sit and watch movies with. Kiki, talk, watch movies, play video games, board games, whatever it is. Play cards. You know what I mean? Garden, sit outside, have a bonfire. All those things. It's like, those things are great. You know what I mean? But if it comes at a cost of someone being abusive or whatever this is, if they're the person that's the alcoholic, I feel like it's a female that's the alcoholic here. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you never know. But I'm getting feminine energy. I don't mean to genderize. It's like to gender. It's just like I feel like it's feminine energy. I feel like it's a mother. And I feel like it's not just affecting her. It's affecting the whole family. And I feel like it's because this denial, or it's just like kind of like fast forward until this time in my life is here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with this right now. So I'll just be numb to the situation. And it's like, but it's not just affecting you. It's affecting others. Welcome the opportunity to reflect. Okay, so opportunity to reflect. This is exactly where we're in. Because we're now, the full moon was technically, a shadow moon because it's a lunar eclipse. So now we're going into the waning Gibson. So the sky's going to start getting darker now. But find that light in this situation. You know what I mean? Even though we cannot see the moon with our naked eye, does not mean that it's not there. It's all what we make of it. Yeah, use it as a reflective time. What are the happy things that happen here? Yeah, some other things may have happened, but don't let it just, take over your whole life. And I feel like this is the narrative, that something has happened here that has consumed the rest of our life. And we can't let it consume our life. Yes, it's happened. Let's grow from it. Let's learn from it. It's always going to be a part of you, but let's learn to build around it, And I feel like that's the part that we need to change. So we end with the Emperor, the patriarch, authority, protection, support, courage, order, structure. And I feel like this is where the lack of order is not here. It's like absent parent. Like we're there, but we're not there. It's kind of, if you ever watch Twilight, and you see Bella and it's just like the seasons are happening around her and she's just like, no bueno, no one's there. She's just kind of like a zombie, like just, going through the motions. I feel like that's what's going on around you. Means stability, structure in the numerology 4 is linked to a square as all sides are equal and has a point of weakness. So the card shows a power and balance, and that's exactly what's going on here. So you may feel controlled or bullied. The reverse Emperor can also reveal greed, boundaries, disputes, and overall unfair pressure. And that's what I mean. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not a 50-50 relationship. It's very much 80-20. They're showing the number 80. So I feel like 80 is on you. If it's not a partnership, It's not a partnership. I don't care if one is not working and one's not. That's not what this is about. Nobody can put a price tag on the person that stays at home, does all the cooking, cleaning, laundry, groceries, pays all the bills, makes sure the kids are good, picks them up from school, takes them to school, packs their lunches, making sure all the homework is done, they're bathed, they're all, you know what I mean? It's like, it takes a lot to do all that stuff. If you put a price tag on all of that, and then never mind putting up with all their, that's what I was saying like earlier in the week. It's like, you know, when you have a partner, it's kind of like you have an extra kid because you're doing all those things for them. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? You cannot sit there and be like, oh, well, I go to work and you don't. It's like, you want to do it for a week and let's see how fast you run back to work. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, let's not do that. Let's not sit there and downgrade or belittle someone. Like, trust me, you don't want to be doing all that, you know? So I feel like there's this imbalance. I feel like you're carrying 80% of the load. And if they're not helping 50-50, it's like, what's the freaking point? Obviously, you're not in a good situation. I feel like instead of keep repeating these cycles of toxic situation, it's the definition of insanity. It's time to sit there and take a good look in the mirror and be like, you know what? It needs to stop. You know what? This is no bueno. Like, no. This ain't, nope. We need to break this chain of addiction here. Whatever it is. We need to break this chain and do this for ourselves. You know, you don't want to do it for your kids. You don't want to do it for your partner. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. At the end of the day, do it for yourself. And only then will you see the light of everything. Will you be able to grow and come into your true power. I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Thursday, May the 19th, 2022. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.